Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. DDG was on his live stream with Bia and they told a story about how one of DDG's ex-girlfriends blocked his collaboration with Bia. And a lot of people thought that DDG's ex-girlfriend Halle Bailey was the one who blocked the collaboration.
I was in a relationship at the time. Me and her did a song, but the song was kind of like
freaky
in a way.
But more of the story is he didn't put it out because he was in a relationship and the person at the time didn't want him to put it out a song with another girl.
Oh, okay.
So, moral of the story, don't let relationships get in the way of your creativity.
Your business. Now, this clip went viral, and of course, a lot of people were assuming that the ex they were talking about was Halle Bailey. We all know that Halle and DDG were together at one point. They do share a child together. However, they broke up, and there has been some tension between them. DDG has pushed this narrative out there that Halle is difficult, and she wouldn't let him see his son, even though she and their son were sick at the time. But he already put this narrative out there that Halle is controlling. So naturally, a lot of people believe that they were talking about Halle, but it wasn't about Halle. DDG cleared it up and said it wasn't about her. And Bia also confirmed it wasn't about her.
Was not talking about Halle for the millionth time. Me and Bia made that song we talking about 5 years ago.
It was allegedly about Rubi Rose, which makes a bit more sense because Rubi is a rapper, and I'm sure she didn't like the fact that he was making an explicit song with another female rapper. Now, Bia was upset that this whole video went viral because people were kind of calling her messy, and so she confronted DDG about it.
Just real quick, I just want to show you.
I'm done with stream.
No.
You like to be messy.
No, what are you talking about?
And now I'm in a whole bunch of mess.
What happened?
You have to clear things up better. We were never ever speaking about who they say we're speaking about. I would never.
Oh no, they know that, man. Everybody clickbait on TikTok. You can't even try to fix that.
Now, Bia is scrambling because she doesn't want to look a certain way, but she was being a bit messy. DDG was being a bit messy as well. And unfortunately, Halle caught a stray yet again, even though she's been minding her business. And she caught even more strays when DDG low-key blamed her for not being able to get collaborations with certain female artists.
I feel like a lot of women, I could be wrong though, but I feel like a lot of women, because of my situation,
stay away.
They stay away because it might look like they choosing sides in a way. If I hit up Glorilla and be like, let's do a song, she would see the DM, and if she wants to do it, she would ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She would ask her first to see if it's okay.
It's interesting he brought up Glorilla because recently Halle did tease an upcoming collaboration with her. So he brought Glorilla up for a reason. He would love to work with an artist like Glow, but maybe Glorilla doesn't want to work with him. And so now he's smug about it. And it seems like he's low-key blaming Halle. And I don't like that. Halle is minding her business. She's minding her business. And DDG is doing very well for himself too. I just don't understand that he's smug that certain artists won't work with him out of loyalty to Halle. There are other artists that he has connections with, so why does it matter? It's just weird, and it definitely doesn't help the allegations that he's jealous of her. Now, I do want to get into this topic. Kevin Gates is making things official with the former Instagram model Brittany Renner. Now, the world found out that Brittany and Kevin were together when Kevin brought her on DDG's live stream. And people were like, wait a minute, is Brittany really creeping around with Kevin while he's still married to his wife, Draka? What in the world? Now, Brittany is an interesting case because she did go through a spiritual transformation. She actually converted to Islam and she's like really serious about it. She wears a hijab and everything. And a lot of people were like, wow, you changed your life. What happened? Because y'all know Brittany used to be out in the streets. She was an industry groupie. She was kind of known for finessing men. And she was pretty bold and honest about it, but I think her honesty ended up hurting her more than helping her.
The worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just an athlete. They're really dumb. There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men in a day?
Yes.
And then I ended up getting a yeast infection.
Yes.
Yes, I don't care. It's the truth.
Her honesty really did hurt her, and a lot of men, especially athletes, started to steer clear from her, and it became harder for her to get a man to spend that bread. So she did fall back and she made a change. She became a Muslim.
I've gone through a lot of changes internally, and as a result, my outer world has completely crumbled. In my life, I have no idea where I'm going to live or how I'm going to provide for my son, but Allah has moved mountains for me.
Now, I personally think that Brittany converted to Islam for Kevin Gates. She's known him for some time now. He is a Muslim, and she knows that he will take care of her and prevent her from becoming broke and homeless. Not to mention, he doesn't judge her for her past because he too is a freak.
So I wouldn't give a fuck if a bitch did 1,000 dicks before she met me. If I love you, I love you. I ain't tripping on where your have been. My dick don't even get hard. Unless I eat a woman ass, then eat her pussy.
Ooh.
I'm talking about I want to stick my whole tongue in this ass. I want to suck her hold my mouth, stick my whole tongue, and then I twirl it. And I like the reaction. I want you to stick your whole tongue out, eat that show me you suicidal.
Ooh.
I want to see tears come out your eyes.
So did you really your cousin?
Duh. Baby, that's your cousin. I ain't about to stop.
What?
The damage has been done.
That is so nasty, y'all. The Kevin Gates is nasty, but he really has no position to judge somebody like Brittany because he's a big old freak too. They both are freaks, and you could tell that they genuinely like each other. I think there's always been a connection between them.
It still rings true. You're the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
I can tell you, Kevin and Brittany do make sense as a couple. They really, really do. And this is not to say that I condone Kevin just cheating on his wife. I don't know what situation he has going on with Drika, but it doesn't seem like they're really together. She's living a whole different life. Some people said that she ran off to a farm somewhere to escape Kevin. I could believe that too. But yeah, it's a bit trifling that Kevin is cheating on his wife, but at the same time, I kind of see him and Brittany working. I don't know, like, we'll see where this goes. We will see. Now, I want to talk about the IG model Ayesha Howard briefly. If you don't know who Ayesha is, she actually is Lil Baby's first baby mama, and she also welcomed another baby with the NBA player Anthony Edwards. And Anthony didn't want the baby. He told her to get rid of it, but she decided to keep it. And a lot of people assumed that she only kept the baby because she wanted him to pay her child support. And this is quite common. I mean, there are several women who purposely get pregnant by these athletes and these rappers to get a check. Brittany Renner tried to do it with PJ Washington. Drea Michelle did it with Jalen Green. I mean, there's many different examples, and Ayesha was accused of doing the same thing. Now, I don't know exactly why Ayesha, being almost 40 years old, would be in a situation where she gets impregnated by a 23-year-old, especially one who has been accused of being a deadbeat to his alleged son. What was Ayesha thinking? I mean, I know she saw the dollar signs, but this man told her that he didn't want the baby. He told her to get rid of it, which is sad. And I'm not at all shaming her for keeping her daughter. Her daughter is so adorable, and babies are a blessing. However, it's really a shame that her daughter has to grow up being abandoned by her own father, all because she chose wrong. I mean, all of this could have really been prevented, you know? And Anthony should not go without any accountability either, because he is out here recklessly sleeping around with no condom, impregnating women, and then telling them to get rid of the child. That is sick behavior. But Ayesha did break her silence, and she responded to all of the negative feedback she's been getting. This is what she had to say.
The second a woman decides to make the decision about her body and her child, y'all turn into weirdos. Do you want a man to tell you what to do with your body or not? Do you want the rights or not? What happened? I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into this situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and I have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check. And you voiced your opinion about what you would have did if you were in my situation with my options that you do not have and you probably never will. How you gonna tell me what you would have did with my situation?
I mean, she cooked a little bit, just a little bit. Points were made, but it still doesn't change the fact that she's left to raise a baby by herself. Like I said, this could have been preventable. And if she had the option she claims she has, she wouldn't have had a baby by a deadbeat who's half her age. I would think she would have had better options than that. But anyway, tell what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.